What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prizepicks video. We're on a 6-0 run with our picks from the video, so stay tuned to hear all the picks we have in this one. And if you guys want more picks from me, plus a bunch of other cappers all in one Discord, click the link down below to get in here. We've absolutely been crushing the NFL 14-1 Monday Night Football run here, where I went 6-0 with my plays. Missed just one in those two games. Absolutely insane run. And on the Sunday before, we posted a ton of picks in the Discord. We went 19-7, a huge day between the cappers. People in here were cashing out. This is the stuff I'm posting. So 3 early look plays. Posted more for the morning games, and then posted even more for the afternoon games. Hit on some big slips, as you can see. All the big hits from the picks in my channel, including some massive payouts like 5 to win 39. And then on Monday, more plays. You can see 3 on the early look, and then 3 more, including a demon. Hit the early look and the next slip. Another capper's channel posted his 3 favorite plays on Sunday and hit all 3 of them. Then posted his 3 favorite Monday Night Football and hit those. Other cappers in here doing the same thing, just their favorite plays, posting and hitting. Yet another capper posting 3 plays, hitting those. And another 3 pick slip for a single game and hit on those as well. Click that top link, get in the monthly or the weekly and join. Type in that code, click apply. You guys can get in here at a great price. Seen the crazy streaks we've been on in the NFL, so get in here, cash out. Ton of people winning a ton of money off these picks, and you saw we post a ton more. Look inside the cappers channel, see what they're posting and heading in there. So get in the Discord, we'll see you over there. Now let's get into the picks for this one. For the first one, I'm going to go to Malik Washington, and I'm taking him on the under of his receiving yards at 24.5. For Washington, he's the 3rd receiver on Miami, and he's seen a decent amount of snaps, but he is playing with a injured thumb now. It popped up on the injury report on Monday, had a limited practice Monday and Tuesday. They are hopeful that he's going to play, but even in the last game, he only saw 2 targets and just had 1 catch, so they're not getting him involved on screens or anything, especially with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They want to get those guys the ball the most in this offense, even with Darren Waller not playing in there. They think he's going to play, but limited in all the practices leading up to this game definitely isn't a good sign. I don't think they want to push him in this game, and if his thumb is that bad where he has to be limited in practice, one wrong play, he could be out of the game if he plays or see less snaps. Looking at Malik Washington, we saw he played 58 and 61% of the snaps, so has played a decent amount of snaps for the team, but I actually like Westbrook-Ikhine a little bit, and we saw his snap count actually go down from 44 to 28, but Ikhine saw more targets in the last game than Malik Washington did, and with Washington banged up, we could see Westbrook-Ikhine get another chance here to play more and get more targets than Washington even. So taking the under. Washington is a big play guy though, so 1 big catch he could easily smash this, so it is a bit of a risky one, as is any low receiving line, because any player could just hit it with 1 catch. And then looking at Malik Washington, last year he hit this in 4 of 14 games and had a really strong end to the season, but at the end of the season Jalen Waddle missed some time. Tyreek Hill ended up not playing that much in the last game as well. So basically a lot of these games were without one of their top 2 receivers, or games where they were banged up, and Washington took advantage of those games. And literally before those, he didn't hit it in 10 straight. You can see Buffalo has allowed the least receiving yards in the NFL this year with 146, which is not a good sign for Washington as well. And you can see this one has bumped, so it opened up at 22.5. Now it's at 24.5, so we're getting the under at a better price than it opened at. And I can show you what I'm talking about last year. So Malik Washington, when he hit those in the last 4 games, Jalen Waddle got hurt in this game and then ended up missing the next 2, and then Tyreek Hill didn't play as much in Week 18. And those are the games where Washington took advantage with Hill and Waddle fully healthy playing in this one. I expect them to command the bulk of the targets again. Then for the second one, we're going to Dalton Kincaid. We're going to take him over on his receiving yards at 29.5. Kincaid is interesting and a frustrating one as well, because he has been very productive in the 2 games so far and seeing a decent amount of targets, but his snap count has been pretty low, which is a bit concerning, which is why I think this line is at 29.5, because he has covered this in both games. If you look at Kincaid last season, he started out the season playing a high percent of snaps, 84, some games in the 60s, 80s, 70s, And then after coming back from injury, never really played more than half the snaps. And this year we've seen him again play less snaps actually than Dawson Knox. But when he's in there to be a pass catching tight end. They want Dawson Knox to be the run blocker and Kincaid to catch the ball. And then obviously in the last game it was a massive blowout, so he didn't play as many snaps. We actually said Jackson Hawes get 47% of snaps. And I think Kincaid would have seen more if the game was closer. But looking at Kincaid, 10 of 16 games last year, he was able to hit this. And really missed it just in their tougher matchups. So like against Kansas City and Baltimore in the playoffs, didn't hit these. But did hit it twice against Miami. He had 33 receiving yards and 32 in their matchups. And then you could see in 2025, he got 48 and 37 while just playing half of the snaps. In the first game, we saw him catch all 4 of his targets. Second game, got up to 6 targets in a game that they didn't pass as much, and he caught 4 of them. So good to see, even in a blowout situation, he still saw the targets and the catches. Miami allowing the 22nd most receiving yards this season, and versus tight ends are allowing the 26th most, 71.5 receiving yards to tight ends per game, which I'm not sure how that isn't closer to the bottom, because that's a ton of receiving yards per game for tight ends. So Miami can get gashed by the tight ends as well. And if you guys are just playing on Prizepicks, you have to be on ePick as well, because you guys get $50 after you click the link down below. Use the code Dynamo and deposit. But the reason I play over there even more is because you can get higher payouts than you can on Prizepicks. So you can see we have 3 reception lines plugged in here. We're getting a 7.4x multiplier, which is way higher than you're going to get on Prizepicks, where they have a 6x or even lower for same game parlays. So a $20 bet is going to win 148 with these same lines over on ePick. On Prizepicks, it would win 120 or lower. So you're just leaving money on the table if you're not on ePick and these sites that have higher payouts for playing the same exact stuff you're already playing on Prizepicks. So a no-brainer to try them out. Use that link down below to download and enter the code Dynamo when signing up. You're going to get that $50 after you deposit. Plus, you can find these higher payouts on the same stuff you're already playing with Prizepicks. So check them out if you want to be more profitable as a sports bettor. So let's get into the next one. For the next one, we're going to Khalil Shakir. We're going to be taking him over on his receiving yards at 42.5 as well. So for this one, I do think Buffalo is not going to fully blow out Miami in this one. Hopefully Miami can figure it out a little bit. The Bills have been getting gashed by the run a little bit as well. So I think that Miami can stay in this one, and they're going to have to throw a decent amount. But Shakir was absolutely smashing this line last year, and then last week for the Bills was just a really weird game where he didn't hit this one. And if we look at snap counts, you could see why, because Shakir played less than half the snaps, and it was mostly due to a blowout in this game where we also saw Josh Allen get hurt and having to miss a few plays, and then at the end of the game they actually just benched him because they were winning by so much, and they also didn't play the receivers as much. So like Coleman went from 88 to 51, Shakir went to 71 to 49, and Shakir was playing a ton towards the end of last season when he was smashing this, as we saw him get like 78, 59, 75, 61. So we're seeing a really high percentage of snaps at the end of the year, and I think he's going to continue that this season moving forward. So last year we saw him go over this amount in 72% of games. It was a massive hit rate for him, and we saw him command almost 7 targets per game. So last week we saw him get only 12 receiving yards, and he only had 2 targets, 1 reception, and just a really weird game where they absolutely blew out the Jets. The Jets ended up benching Justin Fields, who actually had a concussion, but it seemed like they were going to bench him anyways because the offense was just terrible. And then in the first week, we saw Shakir more what we can expect: 9 targets, 6 catches. So I don't know if he's going to get that high of volume, but he really doesn't have to just to get to 42 receiving yards. So I like Shakir in this one. I think he's going to be due for a bounce back spot. Looking head to head, last year versus Miami, he had 54 and 50. And one of these games was a massive blowout as well, where they won 31-10. And Shakir still caught 5 for 5 targets. The next game caught 6 of 7 targets. So I think Shakir is another good play in this one. And if you guys want more picks from me, plus a bunch of other cappers all in one Discord, use the promo code down below and click that top link to get in here. We're on a crazy streak with the NFL, going 14-1 with Monday Night Football across those 2 games. I went 6-0 with my plays. You can see them tracked right here. And then the day before on Sunday, we posted a ton of picks here throughout the day. Went 19-7 for a massive day. A ton of people cash out, hitting massive slips in here. You can see this is what we're posting and hitting. So 3 early look plays on Sunday, followed by 3 more for the early games. And then I posted 3 more for the afternoon games. You can see the big hits throughout the day on these plays. People tailing for massive hits. And then we followed that up on Monday, posting 3 more early look plays. And then 3 more before the game, including a demon hit the early look and the demon slip in here. Other cappers in their channels posting just their favorite plays. So Volo posted his 3 favorite for Sunday and hit all 3. For Monday, posted again his 3 favorite plays and hit again. Another capper's channel posting his 3 favorite plays and cashed on last Thursday Night Football and hit those as well. Click that top link, get in on the monthly or the weekly, and join. Type in that promo code and apply. You guys are going to get in a great price. So you saw the big hits, the crazy streaks have been going on. One of our hottest streaks ever in the Discord. So get in now. Access for a ton more picks from me, plus a bunch of other cappers, all in this one Discord. And make sure to sign up for ePick with that link down below. Use the code when signing up. You guys are going to get $50 free after you deposit, and the payouts are just higher. So that's why I play over there even more. You can see we have 3 reception lines plugged in, the same ones that you're going to find over on Prizepicks, but we're getting a higher payout, a 7.4x compared to just a 6x or lower for the same game parlays you're going to find on Prizepicks. $20 bet's going to win 148 over here, versus on Prizepicks it would win 120 or less. So absolutely a no-brainer, because you're just going to get paid more for hitting the same plays and the same lines you're already playing on Prizepicks. So try them out with the link down below, and we'll see you guys over in the Discord.